Hi everyone, I hope you're well. I'm coming to you with another class today, so I hope you enjoyed our last session together. We're going to keep it still nice and calm and soothing and just nourishing for the body, showing ourselves that love and compassion as we did last week. But we're going to also add on a few balance moves today. So some are going to be on the floor and some will be standing. Now, if standing is just a bit too much at the moment, I will of course show you ways that you can adapt the moves that we are going to be doing. Again, if there's anything that you would like to work on, please let me know. If not, I'm just going to give you a full body movement each week, and I hope you enjoy it. And I hope it brings some peace and calm to not just the body, but your mind too. So again, we're not going to use any props or anything. You just need a nice big space to come onto. And we're going to start seated this week. So just find a nice cross-legged position if that feels good for you, or maybe it feels nice to have your legs out long, or even maybe off to the side. Whichever one feels more comfortable, please just take that. Just maybe take a move from side to side as you just settle those hands on the knees. You can just drop the head a little bit. Just close off the eyes or maybe look down towards the floor. Just going to settle in. Just roll shoulders back a couple times. Just releasing any tension we might be holding in our shoulders. Maybe going the opposite way. And as you breathe in, draw those shoulders all the way up towards the bottom of your earlobes. So really hugging those shoulders up nice and high. And as you breathe out, let it go out the mouth, drop the shoulders and go. Lovely, going to do that 2 more times. Big breath in to squeeze the shoulders up. And breathing out to let them go. Lovely, once more. Big breath in. And a big breath out. Maybe just take the movements from side to side once again. So you can keep those eyes closed or just softly looking down towards the ground. And just really deepen that bend now. So bringing that chin a little closer towards the chest. We're just going to release through the back of that neck. Just allowing that head to become nice and heavy, and maybe you can interlace those fingers as you bring them behind the head and just create a little bit more weight, allowing the head to become a little heavier. Lovely. So you feel a nice big stretch down the back of your neck and possibly going down the centre of the spine. Hold it for 1 more breath here, drawing the navel in, keeping that lower back protected. As you breathe out, release the hands back onto the knees and just lift the chin slightly. Just coming back to centre, taking time. We're just going to allow our right ear to fall over to our right shoulder. Lovely, so just dropping that down. We don't want the shoulder to come to the ear this time. We just want our ear to fall gently over towards the shoulder. As you breathe in, you can take a nice big sweep of that right arm all the way out and above the head. And maybe you can rest that right hand just next to that left ear. You're just like we did a moment ago with our chin towards our chest. We're just going to create that little pressure once again. Just making that head become nice and heavy. And maybe feeling that stretch a little bit deeper down the side. You can walk those left fingers away. Maybe you can take that left arm all the way out to the side. Just hold 1 more breath. Gently lower those left fingers back down and release the hold of that right hand. And then just slowly drop that chin all the way down towards the chest. I'm going to roll the head all the way over to the left side now. So again, just allow those shoulders to be nice and heavy as that ear just falls over. Lovely. Keeping it here, or maybe as you breathe in, you take that nice big sweep of that left arm all the way out and above the head. Now take a hold of that right ear. Feeling that nice big stretch down the side of the neck. Maybe walking those right fingers away, or maybe picking that right arm all the way out towards the side. Nice big. Gently lower those fingers all the way back down to the floor. And we're going to release the whole of the head of that left hand. We bring those fingers down also. Dropping that chin all the way down to the chest. We're just going to take some little semicircles now. We're going to roll the head over to the right as we breathe in. And as we breathe out, bringing our chin all the way down to our chest. As we breathe in again, over to the left. Just going to keep moving from one side to the other, just for a few more breaths, maybe holding it in places that feels good to do so. And when you come all the way back to the centre, dropping that chin again, we're going to ever so slowly lift the chin all the way up, and then maybe take it all the way up towards the ceiling as we now open. Here, maybe walk those fingers a little away from the shoulder. Now, only if this feels okay, I'm going to take full circles of the head. So just taking it nice and slowly. I'm going to drop that head back, bring it all the way over to the right, down towards the chest, around to the left, and all the way back up to the ceiling. Just taking it nice and slow, just releasing it to the whole of the neck. If this doesn't feel comfortable for you, please just take those little semicircles from left to right. Some of this doesn't feel very comfortable, so please honour what your body needs. And then when you get all the way to the top, we're going to change direction. So if you're going right, we're now going to the left. One more nice big full circle. When you get back to the top, pause there. Center. Lovely. Interlacing those fingers just in front of the lap. And you're going to turn over the palms and they're now facing down towards the floor. You take a nice big breath in as you reach those arms all the way out above the head. Again, try to drop those shoulders down because when we reach our arms up, our shoulders want to come with us. So see if you can relax them away from the knees. Maybe just take a little bend to the body as you bend from side to side. Take a nice big breath in. Can you reach even taller as you sink the bottom even further down? Then as you breathe out, you're going to stretch those arms all the way out in front of you, keeping that bottom on the floor, just like we did last week, and just bow that head down towards the ground. Lovely. One breath in here and out. And slowly pad those hands all the way back in towards the body, bringing them behind you. Open up those shoulders as you lift your head all the way up towards the ceiling, or maybe dropping it all the way behind as we loosen through the neck. So descent, we're going to repeat that one more time, this time changing the cross of your legs. So now putting the opposite leg in front. Let's do that again. So interlace the hands, dropping them down towards the lap. Flipping the palms over, so now they're facing down towards the ground. Big breath in, arms all the way out and above the head. Nice big lift. Maybe that little shift from left to right. And big breath in, reach as tall as you can. And as you breathe out, taking those hands out in front of you, this time folding over the other leg. Done. One more breath in. And then slowly pad those hands all the way back into the body, bringing them all the way behind you once again, rolling those shoulder blades down and taking the gaze up towards the ceiling or dropping that head up. Center. Well done. We're going to make our way over onto our hands and our knees now. So just finding that tabletop pose. So drawing the hands underneath those shoulders, spreading through all 10 fingers, and those knees just underneath the hips. Just draw that belly button in to create that nice flat back. Just going to wake up that spine. So as we breathe in, we're going to drop the belly, lifting our tailbone. So reaching our bottom all the way up high and looking up towards the ceiling at the same time. As you breathe out, you're going to round that belly all the way in, pushing the floor away and bringing that chin all the way towards your chest. Okay, let's do that for 2 more rounds. A nice big breath in. And a big breath out. Lovely. Once more, big breath in. And a big breath back all the way to centre. Lovely. Just going to test our strength a little bit today. So just maybe walk those feet back a little bit. We're going to try a little push-up, but a yoga push-up. Bless me. So for this one, you're going to walk the knees back and take those hands a little bit further away from you. So we're going to try and keep the tops of our feet down towards the floor. And when we bend into our elbows, we're going to send our chest over the hands as we lower the belly, drawing those elbows in towards the chest. And then we're going to push back. Lovely. So if this is just a little bit too much doing this one, you can always be close to a wall. So imagine there's a wall here in front of you, and you can bend and bring almost like you're trying to kiss the wall and push back out again. So you could do that either sitting or standing, whichever one feels comfortable. So again, you're just practicing that movement of pushing forwards and backwards, strengthening the back. Let's try that 2 more times, whether you're by the wall or on the floor. So nice big breath in as we start to lift. As you breathe out, use the breath to help push you back. Lovely. One more big breath in. And big breaths. Beautiful. Now this time you're going to lower all the way down towards the floor. Oh, and release it there. Take those legs out nice and long. And just bring those hands underneath the shoulders, still squeezing those elbows in towards the ribs. We're going to take our little back bend, our baby. So as we breathe in, we're going to peel head and chest off of the ground. And as you breathe out, you lower. Twice more, big breath in, pushing the floor over with the hands. And as you breathe out, lovely, once more, big breath in. And a big breath out. Beautiful. Now, releasing the hands here and just taking them down by your sides, palms facing down to the floor. We're going to work on our lower back a little bit now, so bringing that strength into our back. So just like we did in our cobra, as we breathe in, we're going to lift head and chest, but this time without using our hands here. So as you breathe in, I want you to connect your forehead down to the ground, so we're just protecting the back of the neck. And as you breathe in, you're just going to do that little lift of head and chest, still keeping belly down. And as you breathe out, lower. Let's try that again. Nice big breath in. And a big breath out. Beautiful. Now this time we're going to do just the lower body. So from the belly button down is going to lift. We're going to try and peel off toes, knees and thighs. So keeping that forehead down on the ground, still pressing those palms into the floor. As you breathe in, lift the legs. And as you breathe out, once more, big breath in. And a big breath out. Lovely. Now we're going to try and combine the two. So we're going to lift head and chest, thighs, knees and feet. And maybe even soaring those arms back at the same time. So taking our locust pose now. Let's take this nice and slowly. So breathing in, peeling the head, chest, toes, knees, thighs, and flying those arms back, almost like it is like we're flying. And as you breathe out, let's try that twice more. Big breath in, lifting that body. And as you breathe out. Last one, big breath in. And as you breathe out, lower, wonderful, well done. Bringing those hands underneath the shoulders again, pushing back up into that table pose, but now this time drawing the bottom back towards the heels as we take that child's pose. So just stretching out through that lower back that we just worked hard on. Just allowing the body to become nice and heavy and melting over those legs. Just take a nice big breath in here. And a big breath. One small big breath in. And a big. When you're ready, going to make your way all the way back into that table pose. So bringing those hands underneath the shoulders again, and those knees just underneath the legs. So we're going to do a little bit of balance work now. So we're going to try a little tiger stretch here. So keeping those toes untucked and just allowing the tops of the feet to come down to the floor. Can you stretch one hand away from you? So I'm going to stretch my left hand away. And then you're going to stretch the opposite leg. So now my right leg comes behind. I'm going to push through my toes and push back through my heel. So I'm now stretching all the way back through my leg here. So just pause here to see what it's like as our body becomes a little off balance. So pausing here as we breathe in. And as we breathe out, bringing knee back and the hand back. Let's try that the other side. So sending the opposite hand forward, so my right hand goes forward. And I'm going to stretch my left leg back. So keeping my toes on the floor as I push back through that heel. Lovely. One more breath. As I breathe out, I'm going to bring it all back in. Lovely. Now this time, I'm going to stretch forward with my left hand and my right leg, the first one that I did. Push back, feel that nice big stretch. Next time as I breathe in, this is where we're going to test our balance. You're going to see if you can hover leg and hover arm on the floor. So if this is too much, please just keep those hands and fingers and hands and toes down towards the floor. And you can do it this way. And you breathe out and lower. Beautiful. Let's try the other side. So really stretching right hand and left leg back. Pausing here before we lift. Then as we breathe in, maybe lifting the leg, lifting that arm. Keep pushing the floor away with that left hand. And put it back. Let's try that one more time. This is a really strong pose, so take care here. If you need to take a child's pose again, please do. Nice big breath in, left arm forward, right leg back. Big breath as we lift. To breathe out. Lovely. Big breath in as we send that right arm forward, left leg back. Now our next inhale, big lift. Soaring those legs and arms forward. And breathe. Let's all take a child's pose here. So drawing that bottom back towards the heels and curling the body all the way. Lovely. Slowly finding your way back into that table. This time we're going to tuck our toes under. We're going to find our first downward dog. We're going to lift those hips to the sky as we straighten a little bit through those legs and just bend and straighten to one knee and the other. Lovely. Now this is too much. Please just stay on the hands and knees. You can just keep doing it here. You can maybe just move one leg forward. Opposite. So just moving through those hips, just like we would in our downward facing dog. Now, if you are here in your downward dog, we're going to reach our right leg up towards the sky. So taking that three-legged dog. So right leg reaches up nice and high. Maybe you can look under that right armpit here. Take a nice big breath in as you bend that knee. You're going to open that hip a little bit. And then as we breathe out, we're going to look forward at our right hand. We take a nice big step to the outside of those right fingers. Now, if you were in table, what we can do here is we can just take a nice big step from our table into our lizard stretch. So we are all going to meet in the same pose, whether you've come from table or in downward dog. So our hands are on the inside of that right foot and our left knee stays down. But that right knee is on the outside of our shoulder. We're going to see if we can turn those right toes away from us. We're going to turn forward just so that you can see. So I've got my leg on the outside. I'm going to turn my toes out so I can create a little bit more space. I just want you to move forwards and backwards into this little movement forwards. Backwards, you just release it into that. And then when you're ready, if it feels okay to do so, if not, you can just keep it here. We're going to see if we can pick those toes up off the floor and come to the baby toe. So just coming to the outside edge of that toe. You see how our leg becomes that little bit wider here? We're taking a bigger stretch. Now, if it feels okay to do so, you're going to keep the leg here, and maybe you can just keep the arms here as well. If you want to go a little bit deeper, you're going to see if you can come down towards those elbows, and then just let that head become nice and in. We're just going to hold it here as we breathe in and breathe out. One more big breath in here, and a big breath out. And slowly come all the way back up to pushing up onto those hands. And now we're going to just heel toe that foot so it now comes into the center. So now our hands are back either side of that foot. So I'm going to turn to the side so that you can now see it. So we're now in that low lunge shape. So our left knee has not moved, but our right foot has come from the outside back in. And then as we breathe in, we're going to see if we can rest our hands on. Now, if it's too much being on the knees, you can keep that body on the floor, stretching out one leg and draw that knee in towards the chest. So we can do our lunge this way. So we're drawing that heel in towards the body, and then we're going to reach our arms up here. Okay, so you're still taking that stretch like we would in our low lunge. So when you're ready, breathing in, reaching up nice and tall through the top of the head. As you breathe out, maybe see if you can bend a little bit more into that front knee as you sink those hips. Nice big breath in, maybe those arms reach all the way up towards the sky. So if you're sitting down, you can reach those arms up just like we are here. Lovely, one more big breath in. And this time as you breathe out, we're going to like a big windmill. So we're going to bring that left hand, so the opposite hand to whatever foot is in front, is going to come down to the floor. And that right arm is going to stay up to the sky. So we're doing that little twist. Now stay here, or if you're on the floor where your knee was in and your arms were raised, you're going to bring the hand down to the ground and that other arm reaches up to the sky. So you're still doing that little twist in the side of your lovely. Holding it. And then as you breathe out, you're going to bring that hand down to the floor. You're going to step back into that table. And then you're going to take that child's pose. Well done, everybody. Take a nice big breath in. And a big breath out. Once more, big breath in. And a big breath. We're going to find our way back into that table, and then we're going to tuck under those toes. We're going to lift that bottom back into our downward dog, remembering you can stay in table if that feels better. Then you're going to raise that left leg now towards the sky, so raising it up nice and high. As you look under that left armpit, you bend that left knee. Lovely. Big breath in, look forward at those hands. You're going to take a nice big step all the way to the outside of those left fingers as that right knee comes down to the floor. So remembering if you were in table pose, you could do that little lift of the leg, and then you can step that left foot to the outside. So both hands are on the inside, and you're going to take those forwards and backwards motions. Do you just feel into this side of the body? Just like we did before, staying here, or maybe picking up all those toes and coming to the outside edge of that baby toe again. So you create that nice big space in the hips, staying up on those fingers, or maybe coming down to the elbows. Taking a nice big breath in, and a big breath. So once more, big breath. And a big breath. Back up onto those hands. And we're going to heel toe that foot back into the middle, just like we did before. So both hands are either side. We're going to take that little lunge stretch we did before. So hands up on the knees, bend into that leg as you sink those hips down to the ground. Nice big breath in as those arms reach to the sky, staying here, or remembering if you're in your stretch, you're now drawing that other knee in towards you as you stretch those arms up towards the sky. Holding there, one more big breath. We do those nice big windmill of our right hand as it comes down to the floor, and our left arm stays up towards the sky, taking that little twist. In. And to bring that hand down to the ground, stepping that foot back into our table, and taking our child's pose once more. Well done. 2 breaths. Breathing and breathe. One more big breath in and to we're going to try, as you're breathing, just come to sit down. We're going to try and come into our standing postures now. Now, if standing doesn't feel comfortable for you or is not in your practice right now, you can stay sitting down, and you can do this on a chair. So you can pretend that you are sitting on a chair here. So pretend you're sitting down. So when we are standing in our chair, we're going to twist with the upper body. So if we're standing, we're going to pretend that we're sitting on a chair. So this is how our body is in our chair. And then we're going to take a twist over to the side. So you can actually be on a chair. That feels more comfortable. And your knees are bent. Okay, you're able to create that twist in the upper body. So if you're down on the floor still, we're going to slowly make our way up. If that's comfortable, whether to a chair or to stand. Just take your time. Lovely. Take that nice big breath in as you find your way all the way up. Whether you're seated or standing, you can do this nice big raise with the arms lengthening the spine. And as you breathe out, drawing those hands down towards the lovely. Now this is where you can take that seat on a wheelchair, or you're going to create one with high toes. So bringing your big toes and your knees to touch or come as close as it feels comfortable. We're just going to sit that bottom back a little bit. You want to sit the bottom back, so when we look over our knees, we can still see our toes. Okay, and then as we breathe in, we're going to swoop those arms all the way up towards the ceiling. So you see how we've got that nice, long, straight spine. We've got that lift of the head as well. Then if you're sitting on a chair, you reach those arms forward. And as you breathe out, draw those hands to your heart. You can do it simply. And we're going to bring our left elbow to come to the outside of the right knee, so opposite elbow to opposite knee. We're just going to hook that elbow to that outside of the lovely. Well done. You're going to keep those palms together. Keep pushing into those palms. And look over towards your right elbow, or maybe up towards the ceiling. This is why we did those nice big neck stretches. Nice big breath in here. And a big breath out as we release, but we're just going to fold forward now. So you can fold over your chair here. Or we can, if you're standing, you can straighten those legs a little bit as you fold over the legs, maybe holding onto opposite elbows as you take that little sway from side to side, just releasing into the body here, that lower back. That twist is quite a big one, so be kind to yourself. And you can just let it. And as we breathe in, we're going to slowly unroll ourselves, coming all the way to stand. Squid those arms all the way up towards the ceiling. As we breathe out, drawing those hands. Wonderful. Let's try that on the other side. So sitting that bottom back once again, knees together, toes together. This time we're going to do the right elbow onto the left knee. So big breaths, nice and tall. As you breathe out, twisting and taking it over to that left knee, still pushing into those hands, maybe looking at that left elbow or up towards the ceiling. So well done. One more big breath in here. As you breathe out, release that twist and fold back down. Lovely. Whether you're folding over your chair or folding over straighter legs, whichever one feels comfortable. Bending those knees and having straight legs is just not very comfortable today. And just as you breathe in, you're going to slowly unfold yourself and take a nice big swoop of those arms all the way up towards the ceiling. And as you breathe, lovely. Let's just do a little bit of a let it go breath, not like Frozen. But this one's just going to release a little bit of tension that we're really holding into our bodies. Chair pose is a very strong pose. Just let it go. So take those feet a little bit wider. As you breathe in, soar those arms to the sky. And as you breathe out, you're literally going to let it go and you're going to go. And you're going to roll it. Lovely. Do that 2 more times. Big breath in. And let it go. Last one. Big breath. And let it go. So, lovely. Well done. Maybe just give the body a bit of a wiggle. Now we're going to try a couple of balance poses now that we're going to bring them together. Okay, so these are very strong, but we'll take them nice and slowly. Now again, you can do this seated. So if you have got a chair, you want to use that as support, you can just have your hands on it as you copy the leg movements that we're doing, okay, so we're doing when we're standing. If you are staying seated in a chair, you can do it where I come into our standing balance, you're going to be drawing one knee into me, okay? And for when I say our warrior one, you're going to take hold of that foot. You're just going to see if you can stretch it out like this. Okay, you can just stretch it out. When I say we're going to fly into our warrior three, you're still going to do the hand movements that we'll do, which is our Kali Mudra. You're going to send those arms up to the sky to fold the body over those legs. And when I say we're going to try our standing pigeon, so you're going to come back into that leg hugging one that we did before. Then you're going to rest that ankle behind the string. Just going to hold it there. You're going to into one leg down, into your soaring warrior three, back into your standing balance at wig. That's what I'm going to call it when we're up, and then into your pigeon. Now, if you are standing, I'm going to take it really slowly. It's nice and gentle. So we're going to keep our left foot on, and we're going to bring that right knee in towards the chest. So you're going to hug that knee, holding onto it, and that feels okay. Even if it's just a little bit off the floor, you're doing a great job because you're still having to balance the body. So bring it up to wherever it's comfortable. Take a nice big breath in. If you want to challenge yourself, you can always take those arms away from the leg and see if your knee will stay up without that support of the hands. And then as you breathe out, you're going to step that right leg all the way behind you. So this is our warrior one. Okay, so your back toes are going to turn out slightly like we did in Lizard. And you're now going to bend into that front knee. You're going to shine that belly button forward. You're going to reach those arms up towards the ceiling. Lovely, nice big breath in. And into big breath out. Now this time we're going to breathe in. We're going to draw those hands down to the heart. So we're going to take a Kali Mudra. This is yoga for the hands. And this one's going to help soar our energy. So we're going to cross over our thumbs. We're going to keep our index finger lifted. We're going to cross all the other fingers. Okay, just almost like that. A nice big breath in, send that hand all the way back up towards the sky. And this time as you breathe out, you're going to send those fingers forward. You can keep it here if this is enough, or you can step up onto that front foot and see if you can bring that back leg off the. So again, it may only be a little bit off the ground. That's absolutely fine. Or you may be able to lift a little bit. One more big breath. And as you breathe out, can you bring that knee all the way back in towards your chest? That standing balance that we did before. Well done. And bringing those hands to your heart. If you need to have a rest and put that foot down, please do. If not, we're going to come into that pigeon. So I'll turn to the front so you can see. So we're going to hook this ankle behind the knee. And just like we did in our chair, we're going to sit that bottom back. as you stretch into that sound. Your legs will sound. Nice big breath. Legs, nice. Give those legs a little wiggle. Let's try that on the other side. So this time keep our right foot down to the floor, and we're going to bring that left knee. So again, whether it's hovering a centimetre off the floor or up towards your chest, do what feels right. Maybe challenging yourself and releasing the hold within 2 seconds. Arms up to the sky. Big breath in. And then as you breathe out, you're going to step that leg all the way behind you, finding that warrior one, still shining that chest forward as those arms reach up towards the ceiling. Still bending into that full knee. Nice big breath in. As you breathe out, draw the hands down to your heart, finding that Kali Mudra, so crossing the thumbs, keeping our index finger straight and crossing over. Nice big breath in, sending those arms back above the head. And as you breathe out, arms reach forward, and maybe you can peel those toes off the ground. Send that body flying. Lovely. One more breath here. As you breathe out, can you draw that knee all the way back in? And let's find that standing pigeon. So hooking it behind the knee, sitting that bottom back, just for a moment. And releasing those legs. Well done. Give them a bit of a shake. You guys are incredible. Lovely. Well done. And just bring those knees down. Beautiful. Taking those legs out. Long in front of you. And just bending into one knee, bending into the other knee. So you're taking them out quite wide here. Just going to a little stretch of arms. Arm as well. So you're going to bring that hand, so I'm going to show you from front. Got our legs a little wider, so as wide as our hips. We're going to bring the right hand to the inside of our right foot. You're going to use that knee to push against your arm. Then you're going to reach that left arm up towards the ceiling. So hold it there for a big breath in, maybe up towards those feet. To switch, that left hand's going to come down and that right arm to go. Keep pushing that leg into the arms. The legs are 1, 2, 1. Lovely. Come back through to center, drawing the soles of those feet together as you take those little butterfly bounces, just easing any tension we might still be holding in those legs after those strong balance poses. You guys are incredible. Well done. So you can continue to bounce, or maybe you can take one leg out to the side, and on the other side, each side, one and another. If you want to test your balance whilst on the floor, you can see if you can pick up both feet, and then maybe taking both legs out wide. See if you can do that again. So a nice big breath in, sitting up tall. As you breathe out, taking those legs out. All the way back in, taking those bounces. So we're going to go from our butterfly into our turtle. So for this one, you're still going to keep the soles of the feet together, but you're going to draw the feet away from you. So you've now got that shape of the diamond on the inside. Hands can come up. You can just allow the head to become nice and heavy. Or maybe you creep one hand under and then the other. And maybe you start to fold the head down towards the toes. Whichever one feels more comfortable. Just going to hold it for 2 breaths here. So nice big breath in. And out. One more big breath in. And a big breath out. And slowly start to lift the body up as you bring yourself up to seated. Well done. Let's take those legs out. We take it for forward fold here. You're going to bend into those knees so your feet are planted flat to the floor. I just want you to rest your belly. Just allow your hands to come down towards the feet as your head lifts. Now you can always wrap the arms underneath the knees, so you're giving yourself that little control. Again, still allowing that head to be heavy, but maybe you start to walk those feet away from you, so you're now stretching into the legs once again, but you're still keeping that belly up. So just see which one is good. But when you've got to a point that feels nice, just allow it to become still. Slowing breath. See all the way up, really releasing the hold of those arms. And nice big breath in as we saw those arms out in front. As we breathe out, we're going to slowly make our way down to our backs and hug those knees in towards the chest, giving yourself a little squeeze, maybe a gentle rock from side to side, or take a nice happy baby stretch here. So your legs have worked really hard on some of those balance poses today, whether they were standing, kneeling, or seated, they were all really strong. So take those legs up towards the ceiling. You can hold the back of the knees and draw the knees down towards the armpits. Or if you can reach up towards those toes, you can hold the outside of your feet as you bend those knees lots and lots, bringing those knees down towards the armpits. Again, you can take your rock from side to side if that feels good for your back. Might feel like a little massage. Or if you prefer to keep it still, please do. Just holding it wherever you are for 2 more breaths. Release the hold of the feet or the knees, hug them all the way back in. Plant those feet to the floor. You bend a little bit of a back, just a bit of back bend. You're going to plant those feet to the floor. Maybe you can walk them in slightly where you can feel the backs of your heels with fingers. So you're going to allow those palms to just come down to the floor and really feel your shoulders connected down into the ground. As you breathe in, you're going to lift the bottom away from the floor as you send the hips up towards the ceiling. Trying to squeeze those knees in a little bit so they don't come out to the side too much. And then as you breathe out, you're going to slowly lower that bottom down. Let's try that once more. So a nice big breath in as you curl and lift those hips to the sky. And as you breathe out gently all the way down. Lovely. Taking those arms out nice and wide, drawing those knees in towards the hips, the chest. And then let's do that little back twist. So let both knees fall over to the right side. As you keep looking up towards the ceiling and you feel the back of your head and your shoulders down. Or maybe look over towards your left. That way. Drawing those knees all the way back through to the center. Let's let them fall all the way over to the left side. Lovely. So maybe now looking over to right. All the way back in. Yourself one last little squeeze as you wrap your arms around your legs, maybe drawing your head up towards the knees, squeezing everything. And as you breathe out, just let your body take up 4. Stretching those legs out nice and long. Those arms down by your sides. Now your palms to shine up towards the ceiling. Just relax those fingers as they begin to take that natural. Now the feet to fall out towards the sides. And the whole of the back body just sinks into. Taking a nice full breath in as you fill up the belly. And a big breath out as you let it go. Once more, big breath. And close the eyes. You just soften the eyes. Senses of those cheeks. Allowing the jaw to come in. To make it small part. Having your shoulders to melt away. Yes, as they sink deeper into soft. Toes. As we some abs. Just shake our head to right. Gentle. As you breathe in, taking those arms all the way out above the head, take that big stretch. As you breathe out, working those knees in towards the chest, give yourself some. Gently rolling over onto one side, whichever side feels comfortable today. Pushing into the floor, gently taking yourself all the way back up to seated. Brush, maybe the eyes remain closed. The hands on the knees as you take the shoulder rolls that we started with. Let's finish with 3 big breaths all together. Nice big breath in as we reach the arms all the way out and above. Drawing it down, down to your heart. 2 more big breaths in. Small big. Smile to your face, your eyes will melt, showing gratitude for incredible. Namaste. Thank you so much, guys. I hope you enjoyed the session, and I will see you again next week. Take care. Bye.